Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 3309 K Street here in Vancouver. We're located on the left side of the home. We have a 4-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. I'm going to introduce some water to the line here in just a moment. I'm just scoping back into the house here a little bit, make sure this pipe all looks good, which it does. Anyway, I'm going to zero out the camera counter right here at the base of the cleanout. Here we go. Even there. I don't know if that's just another pipe coming out of the house tying into the sewer line. The line it looks like heads towards the kind of the rear of the property, not towards the street in front. Just transitioned over to concrete pipe here at 43 feet out. Looks like we got a root ball coming through here at 49 feet. It's a pretty large root intrusion. Got a repair on the way out. Alright, I did locate the camera head successfully. It goes out to the rear alleyway, obviously at the rear of the house. Alright, the line is pretty much all the way drained out. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and start reeling back. Right here at this last joint, it almost looks like there's a root coming out of that joint, but what it appears to be is a tampon. There's a stringy, there's kind of a big end on there, and then a string in between there. It looks like a braided cotton string. So it does just appear to be a tampon, not a root. There's nothing protruding from the joint. It's kind of caught at the joint there, but not coming out of it. So it doesn't appear to be roots. This spot right here looks like we may have, it's kind of hard to tell. Sometimes this can be excess pipe grout. It could also be dirt that's coming through a joint. You can see it on the left side of the screen there. That may be dirt coming through. Those are kind of tough to discern sometimes. Have some separation in the joint there in the concrete. And here's what we have out here real quick. The rest of the little issues that I pointed out on the way back are kind of, at this point, inconsequential. They're also kind of hard to discern what's going on there. Sometimes it can be excess pipe grout at those joints. Sometimes it can be dirt coming through. You could do it, instead of a spot repair, you do a line sleeve or something of that nature, pipe liner, to line the entire concrete section, which would update it completely. You wouldn't ever have to worry about those issues again. But I am going to recommend a repair here at 50 feet out, where we have the root balls coming through here on either side of the joint. Okay, I located this spot here successfully. I am going to recommend relocates be done for whatever reason, kind of depending on the way I'm standing, facing out towards the alley or facing back towards the house. The depth is changing around a little bit on the actually quite a bit on the locator. It's between about 5 feet and 9 feet deep. The line comes out very shallow here. There are some other homes on the street that have basements, so it's entirely possible the line's 9 feet deep. But given how shallow this line comes out of the house, I'm leaning towards it being on the shallower side. But I do recommend doing relocates there to double check the depth. I have 5 feet written currently, but again, please do relocates in that situation. Recommend correcting that joint there. It's marked with a white X. It's just off into the grass area next to the alleyway at the rear of the home. Issue. This is also right here. This is a secondary clean out tying in from the top. I found that clean out over by the alley, or the rear fence line anyway. I guess in a perfect world though, it would be ideal to do a pipe liner on the entire section of the concrete there. Would fully update the line, or just replace it, but the rest of the concrete there is functioning just fine. And some of those issues I pointed out are very difficult to actually discern without physically digging down to them. So, as they're not causing any flow issues or anything like that, I'm not going to recommend a replacement of the concrete. Just a spot repair there at 50 feet. About to reel the camera out of the line. Apart from the root intrusion, the rest of the line is functioning nicely, draining out properly, and is in good to fair condition. The ABS pipe is all in good shape. Concrete there is showing some wear throughout the line, but still functioning.